In former BYU basketball sharpshooter Zac Seljaas, part of one of the all-time great BYU basketball teams that were unfortunately shut down by COVID, but still, nothing can take away what they accomplished in 2020.
I will never stop saying it. The two teams that got gypped the most by COVID were BYU and Dayton.
Certainly.
That year. So,
well, Zac, because he's an optimistic guy, making the most of his professional basketball career and so much more. Zac, great to have you on the show. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, and you're doing your thing in, should we call it the Middle East, in the country of Georgia? We were all kind of fascinated on how you ended up there, and then the numbers you were putting up over there were eye-popping, man. Tell us about that experience. What was it like to play basketball in the country of Georgia?
I mean, it was awesome. I actually signed with a new agent at the time. We were, talking with the team actually in Hungary for about 2 weeks. And on the very last day that we were about to sign, you get it ready to go. This team in Georgia called and said, "We really want you. We'll basically double your offer." And so I was like, all right. And within that day, we looked up where it was because we thought it was Atlanta, but it wasn't. And ended up being in Europe somewhere, and we signed within 24 hours because we knew it was right, and we ended up in Georgia, and it ended up being awesome. I mean, nobody's ever heard of it. It is the greatest people in the world. I mean, you don't hear about a lot of Georgians. I mean, everyone knows Zaza Pachulia.
Yeah.
And he's the face of Georgia, and he's the man, the myth, the legend there. And so it's just awesome. It was a great country, great place to live. I mean, now one of my sons are born there. And so it has a place down deep in our hearts now.
I was going to ask you, I mean, how was it for the family? Did you fit in there? Did they find great things to do? And how did you guys grow as a family, basically being on the road together for a whole year?
Yeah, it was an adjustment for sure. Going out there, being in a new place with our family, raising a boy there at the start, and then having a baby there. I mean, it all kind of was a little crazy, but the people there all loved. We walked down the street, they would see my son, they would pick him up without even saying anything. They would give him a hug, and they would just give him right back, and then they would keep going on with their day. And I mean, it ended up being the best place. I mean, a lot of people ask if it was a scary place to be. It was not scary at all. I mean, the people there really are fantastic. And we were a part of a great nation, and then a part of a great team and organization that we were able to have our family, come to practice and hang out, or come to the gym and just be a part of it. And it was just an awesome experience.
Zac Seljaas on BYU Sports Nation. All of this begs the question, Zac, because you had such a great experience, are you going to go back to Georgia and play another season, or is there something else in your future?
I probably won't go back to Georgia. Right now, we're looking to go to a different country, probably a bigger, better league. Hopefully just keep working our way up the ladder. So that's basically the way. We just got to keep grinding and keep going through this process.
For the fans that don't understand how basketball in Europe works, the different leagues are at different levels, right? And ultimately, if you play in the highest level, we've had multiple players come from that highest level to the NBA. What is the highest level? What countries and what leagues play at the highest level over there where you want to get?
So the highest level over there is obviously the Euro League, where Elijah Bryant and Brandon Davies all played. Jimmer played there for a season. That's obviously the goal, is to get to that Euro League. And below that, you have, Euro Cup, Champions League, and then a bunch of other cups that every country is a part of. But this is all just Europe. I mean, then you go to Asia, and Asia has theirs. And then, South America has their leagues. But the Euro League is definitely, the top league that most guys want to get to. So that is the goal, is to be able to get there. And obviously different countries give you a better opportunity to get to that higher league, whether that is the Euro League or Euro Cup or Champions League.
Now, while you pursue whichever team you're going to play for we think in Europe someplace, you've decided to step into the arena of the basketball tournament. And there are a handful of former BYU Cougars that are going to be in this tournament, notably the aforementioned Jimmer Fredette. You're not playing on his team, but why did you feel like, yeah, the basketball tournament seems like a good thing for me at this time?
I just think it was another opportunity to play. Anything to be able to get my name out there and to be able to just prove myself. With this whole process of playing professionally, the biggest thing that we can be told is no. So just being able to try everything we possibly can until we're told no. And, this tournament is, awesome. And as soon as I got a call asking if I'd be a part of this team, I was like, yes, like right away, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to work it out until I can just play in at least that first game. And then, why not see how far we can go? And for such a good cause and for, the opportunity to play for $1 million and then to play against all these great players like Jimmer, who's in this tournament with a great team that he is. And, it was just a great opportunity. And there was no hesitation on saying yes to play in it.
For those of you that want to watch Zac and track his team, he's on Team Fight Diabetes. So you mentioned you got a phone call. What's your connection? How did you end up on this team?
It's, I have no idea how I ended up on this team. I got a message on Instagram. Someone messaged me, was like, hey, would you be interested in playing in the tournament? What's your phone number? And I just kind of casually was like, all right, yeah, sure. Here's this. Not really thinking much of it. And he called me and was like, hey, we're serious about this. Would you want to play? And I was like, yes, sign me up. And I ended up being like one of the first 4 on this team to be, signed up. He asked me if I knew anyone else. And I actually had a buddy who I played against in Georgia who I was like, oh, he needs to be a part of this too. And so we got him signed up with me. We all got in the same team. And so we have 2 guys representing Georgia out there. And so it'll be fun. So it's just kind of random how we got all hooked up.
We can't wait to watch you play in the basketball tournament. Perhaps at some point you'll meet up with Jimmer. Who knows? We'll see if there's a BYU on BYU
He's in the
matchup.
Dayton region. What region are you guys in?
We're in Cincinnati.
So you're gonna have to win that region to meet him, right?
Yeah, well, he's going to have to win too. So
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm. Hey, that was implied. I didn't have to say that, Zac. Yeah. So you both have to win the regions for you to play against one another.
Yes.
So we're gonna root for you both
absolutely
to win those regions and to share in $1 million. We're rooting for you for that too.
Zac, I do want to address one of the most impressive things that I've seen from you, and it happened while you were playing for BYU. And maybe it was a little off the radar, but Blaine and our producer Ben and all of us were talking about this morning, but we watched you evolve your specific role on the 2020 squad with Mark Pope in place. I mean, you brought in Jake Toulson and TJ Haws and Yoli Childs came back, and then Alex Barcella was there. Clearly, there were a bunch of guys that wanted to take a bunch of shots, and you kind of just morphed your role into a unique type of stretch where you became a beast defender and rebounder. And, I mean, you originally were just like the sharp-shooting three-point specialist, right? So walk us through that mentality change. How did you do that? Because in our day and age, it feels like a lot of guys don't want to change. They just want to move.
Oh, you don't want me to shoot? I'll transfer.
I'm going to go to the transfer board. I'm out. So what did you do to evolve your role for the betterment of the team?
I mean, for me in general, and this is a big thing that BYU has taught me, this is a big thing my family lives by, is that we're winners. I mean, whatever it takes to win. And Coach Pope came in and, he's a winner too. And so being able to adjust my game just to help the team win, whatever it took, whether it was just getting 1 rebound or whether it's playing 30 minutes, like whatever it was to help the team win, I was kind of about it. And the biggest thing that came from that whole year and from that summer to be able to begin that 2020 season was, just to have fun. I mean, basketball became so serious and so overwhelming that, nobody was really having fun. And we kind of adjusted that as a team in that summertime to just like start having fun. We went to Italy and we were able to, just enjoy it as a team to be able to play. And then, obviously I had that injury and everything that came with it, but that process of recovering and the process of starting that season with a new coach, new teammates coming in, and being able to just kind of like have nothing to lose mentality where we're going to go out and play as hard as we can. We're going to have fun doing it. And then, whatever it takes to do it. And, we had some great players. I mean, like you said, TJ Haws, Jake Toolson, Yoli Childs. I mean, you have Dalton, who was a big impact as well.
Yeah.
Who had games where he was an all-star. And then there's games where, he may not have even played. And, but just having guys like that on the bench, that's how you win games. It's not about the guys out there scoring. It's about the guys all the way at the very end of the bench who are, just a part of the team and helping. And I was all for that because I loved every single one of the guys down the line that I would give anything for them. And still to this day, I would do anything to help a guy get a job somewhere or to even just hang out. We just do so much together still because we just had that love for each other. And, being able to step back and kind of change a role, change the perspective of what our team was about, I was all for it because we just wanted to win. That's all it came down to, just winning.
Zach, can you come and talk to the current BYU basketball team?
I was actually thinking Zach needs to come have a visit with this group. I'm wondering, you showed us a side of your game, which you obviously always had, because it wasn't like it wasn't there and then it just showed up. You always had it. But I think we all thought, oh, he's a finesse player, he's a jump shooter, this is what he is. In that season, it was like, whoa, this dude is a physical player. He's in there banging with people. He's an enforcer out on the floor, which is a part of your game that none of us knew you had, but you did. How does that help you now as a pro player?
Man, I couldn't have been more blessed to be put in that situation at BYU. I mean, from my freshman year to my senior year, I played so many different positions, so many different roles, that now playing professionally, I'm like, my package of who I am as a player is just perfect for whatever situation I go in, because I feel like I can do whatever it takes to get on a team and to be successful and to help the team. And European basketball is not soft. They are not a single guy is soft out there. And so you have to be physical, whether you're a point guard or a center, you have to be physical. And just like the NBA, you have the defensive and offensive 3 seconds, where professionally you have smart guys just like the NBA, but you don't have that 3-second rule. So when you drive, you're driving into 3 big dudes. And so you got to be able to, compete with that. And I think for my 4 years at BYU, it helped me prepare myself to play as a professional because I wasn't scared to go in. We were taught by Coach Rose and Coach Pope just to how to be professional to begin with. And then we were put in situations where it prepared us for that, time when we all became pros.
Zach, we're so thrilled for your success. Excited to see where your next adventure takes you. Certainly, we're going to be watching you in the basketball tournament, and we wish you all the best and hope that you and your family are having blessed lives, and congratulations on the new baby. There's a lot happening, man, but we're just so grateful that things are going well for you, and we appreciate the time on BYU Sports Nation.
Thank you guys so much.
You got Zac Seljaas on BYUSN.
Just awesome.